So I get asked all the time, Dalton, how the hell are you so handsome? Okay, maybe that's not the question that we're referring to in this video. What I get asked all the time is, if you were a beginning investor, how would you get started investing? And this is a question that I get freaking all of the time. I think we've got a new wave of investors. We're literally hitting stock market all-time highs here. And so I thought, what better time to invest more money to try to talk to people about how I invest and the strategies behind it, because I like painfully putting in more money when everything's inflated. Okay, so from a holistic standpoint, when you're looking at investing, you have to understand why you are investing. Likely you want to better your future, you want to retire, maybe you want to retire early. All of that is great. You just need a reason why you are investing. The second thing you need to do is make sure that you're financially ready to start investing. So you should have an emergency fund of 3 to 6 months of your living expenses. So that way, if anything happens, you lose your job, you don't have income, well, you don't have to sell your investments and destroy all of the progress that you've made in getting to that point. So let's say that you're in a good spot, you have a solid job, you're investing, you have money coming in, you're not too worried about the money you're investing in the stock market, because I assume that everything I put in the stock market is theoretically zero because I don't want to have to touch it. I built an emergency fund. If you want a place to build an emergency fund, I use SoFi. I've got $30,000 plus in my emergency fund right now. That's the place that I would recommend for it. So when you're in a good spot financially, you can start investing your money. You can buy different stocks. You can buy ETFs, which is entire baskets of stocks. Think about multiple companies held within one single thing that you're purchasing. And that's the best way to start as a beginner, because you don't have to pick individual stocks. It's very hard to outpace the stock market. So you really want to just track it. Now you need a place to actually go and buy these stocks. Simplest one I recommend to all beginners, Robinhood investing. You can see I have $96,000 in this account right now. I mean, this is just such a user intuitive platform. I'm going to walk you through it real quick just so you can see, but yeah, I'm going to pass $100,000 today. I'm going to get this account value up to that because it'd be a cool little milestone to hit in this video, but I'll show you exactly how I am investing those funds to be able to feel really solid about my future. Okay, on this channel, we like round numbers here, so I decided to deposit more money. You can see I have $8,391 in buying power. So when I click in, you can see I'm over $100,000 in this portfolio. Yay, confetti, all this stuff. It's great. Woo. All right, anyways, so you're a complete beginner. You have no idea what you want to invest in, how you want to invest. Well, you got to think about overall, what is the goal of investing? Now, some of the best, absolute best hedge funds out there that exist, they literally just try to beat the market. It is so hard to beat how the overall stock market performs. So the best thing that I think anybody can do as a beginner, and if I was starting for the first time, is just to invest in something that traces the overall market. Now with Robinhood, it's extremely easy. A fund that I have invested in the past is VOO, which is Vanguard's S&P 500 ETF. If you click into it, you can see how it's performed over the past week, which is up 3.84%, month, 3 months, year to date, 1 year. You can see over the past year, like this is 30% return that you're getting if you started investing, early on. If you put all the money in back in April of 2025, over the past 5 years, you can see it's up over 70%. So you're getting more than a 10% return on annually every single year. And so it's just a no-brainer. Literally, if you are younger, and I'm talking like in your 20s and your 30s, honestly, I don't really diversify all that much outside of something like this. In so many different ways if I was just beginning. Now I would just dump this money in here. Now the interesting thing is we are at all-time highs. If you are questioning what does the S&P 5, like what does it actually hold? These are the top holdings right here. So Nvidia, Microsoft, Google, Tesla. So this one's weighted a little bit differently. Because it has more of the weight in like some of the bigger players on the stock market. This anyways, like just based on historical results, on average, you're going to get about a 10% return annually. It is extremely hard to beat that through other means of investing. Now, the other investment that I have been investing in and what I'm going to invest in this video is QQQ. Now, again, I don't like doing all this individual research. I don't want to waste my time. I literally just want my money to go to work for me. I want to make more money so I can put more money into the stock market, and I don't want to have to think about it. QQQ is another really solid example. You can see I have $19,000 worth of QQQ, but of that, I invested less than that. I've got a 14% return on this, and it's generated over $2,300. So that's literally $2,300 in my pocket that I wouldn't have had if I did anything else with this money. So it's been invested. You can see every 2 weeks, I'm investing $500 into this. Now, the interesting part, again, I think I mentioned, but we're at all-time highs on the stock market. So if you go max, we are literally at the peak of this graph. Investments are going crazy right now. People are freaking out. Everyone's like, when do I invest this money? Literally just take a breath. It's all okay. All I do is I never think about it. When I have the money to invest, when I have my emergency funds all set, every time I'm making money, I literally just take the money that I have extra and I put it into the market. So I have that recurring buy that I've set up. I want to do like $5 grand so I can hit that $500 every 2 weeks for a while. I want to leave that. So I'm going to take $3,000 today. I'm just going to go ahead and trade, click buy. I'm going to put in $3,000, review, swipe up. And just like that, I just bought $3,000 worth of QQQ at the all-time highs that we're seeing on the stock market. So that should just paint a picture of it's okay to invest at different levels. The main thing is that you want to be investing over time. Now, with this platform, I would recommend doing recurring buys. So like I have that $500 every 2 weeks. If you do trade, if you do buy, and on the top right, you click dollars and you can go into recurring investments. So I did every 2 weeks, but you could do like say every week. Maybe you only have $50 to invest every week. You could continue, you could do $50 and you literally could set up this investment to be just, chipping away at your dollar cost averaging. So basically what happens here is I've bought QQQ at all different times. And if you're wondering how this compares to some of the other ETFs, you can see in here, it's pretty similar, but it's a lot heavier weighted in technology, which is absolutely roaring, driving a ton of the market, the market gains that we've had in the past number of years. So many people ask, why are you comfortable buying at all-time highs? And it's not that I'm buying at all-time highs, because these all-time highs will become lows in the future of the stock market with how it performs historically. Anyways, if I go to max, basically what's happening here, actually I'll do 5 years. Basically what's happening here is I'm setting up my investments in a way where I am constantly investing no matter what. So let's say I started with the $500 bi-weekly buys back in December of 2021. Well, every single 2 weeks I'd be investing. So all of a sudden, when the entire market is dropping, I'm driving my average cost down. So you can see you were buying it for $269 way back in October of 2022. Now, the highest it was $386. Over here, $403. And people were saying, oh, this is all-time highs. Like, why would I buy here? Well, it's because today, all-time highs are $640. So even though you keep buying all this time, you're driving your costs down. And then all of a sudden, your cost is getting driven up because, well, the price of the asset is going up over time. But that's okay because you're still buying. And then, hey, look at this. There's a huge dip in 2025. Well, guess what? I was still buying as it dipped down. So I was paying like $538 for it. But then all of a sudden, now I'm paying $454 for it, or $422. So it's awesome. And then when you see from all-time highs way back there in 2021 to where we are today, it's over a 50% return. So again, on average, 10% per year. Would you look at that? So the more you are investing over time, the better results you're going to get. And if you just set it up in a way that you don't have to think about it, your money's going to be going into the market. You don't have to worry about it. And on average, you can historically expect these performances. So if you look at this exact move that I made on the screen, you probably wouldn't believe it. And this is what blows my mind about investing. That $3,000 investment that I made today, if I retire at 70 years old, I'm 29 right now. So it's got 41 years to compound and grow. If I did not invest another single dollar into the market and this hit that 10% return, which is historically what we've seen, it would be worth over $149,000. Literally $3,000 to $149,000. And that's what I think so many people miss, is how important this money is at a young age compared to waiting to invest. Because the most important thing here is the time that you can give your money to grow in the stock market. So yeah, anyways, when somebody asks me, how should I invest for the very first time if you have no experience and you're a little bit nervous to get started? Well, just know that if you trace the stock market on average, you'll get about a 10% return. So go after something like VOO. I think it's a no-brainer just starting out. That's what I would tell myself if I was a beginner. And then I'd try to get familiar with the market. If there were ways that I was interested in investing in other ways, like maybe you like ethical companies and you want to invest in some of those, you could go for an ethical fund. Or if there's like specific industries that you're really passionate about, maybe you love finance and you want to go into financials and stuff like that, you can set up your portfolio how you want, but just start with the basics, get your money working for you, set up a recurring investment, and it's a no-brainer to me. So many people are going to charge you gobs of money to manage your funds, to tell you that they know what investments to make, when in reality, most people can't actually outpace the market. So the best thing that you can possibly do is invest in the market. And it's that straightforward. This is what I would say if I'm just getting started. I'd look at VOO. I'd look at maybe some of the S&P 500 indexes that are out there. That's what I'd be putting my money into. Cut and dry, no ifs, ands, or buts. That's what I'd be doing, especially when you're younger. Now, as you get older, there's a little caveat in there. You might have less risk that you're able to kind of go after. So you'd have to adjust your plan in that case. But I think the majority of people watching this video are probably in their 20s, 30s. This is the approach that I'm taking, and this is what I think is a no-brainer.